just waiting for the PowerPoint. I want to ask you a question. Who knows what PB&J is?
I do.
Yeah?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Actually, it's called a new PB&J. I came up with the name myself with my dad. Preserving, bottling, and jamming. What we do is we preserve otherwise wasted food in our local area, Sonoma County. My business is a culmination of 3 of my loves in my life: agriculture, cuisine, and business. It's a recent enjoyment of mine, or after last year's economic class, I became interested in it. Cuisine, I'm always in the kitchen, and with agriculture, I'm also always in the garden, often hours wasted. Not wasted, sorry. In the garden, spent. I have a story for you about 2 little girls, actually Brenna and I, last June. And we were walking down in Sebastopol, and we saw, oh no, it's so small, a cherry tree, and it was filled with cherries. And so we knocked on the person's door, and we asked if we could pick, actually no one was home. So we went up, and we picked their cherries anyway. 20 minutes later, we were up in the branches of the tree, and the neighbor came over and told us off. And we started talking with him and saying, we really did want to ask your neighbor, but they weren't home. And so what we did was we took the excess cherries that we had with us, we left half for the person whose cherry tree it was on their doorstep, and took the remainder with us home. That night we felt kind of guilty, and so we made a cherry pie for them, and we brought it to them the next day. This story shows how PB&J is a community building. That we really have food conservation in our area. These people weren't going to eat all their cherries, so we said, why not? And we want to make it so we have local foods. Next slide. How a business begins. PB&J started as just an idea of preserving all these goals. And I decided, well, PB&J can become a business. So I said, what a business needs to start up as is they need their resources, they need donations. And so I sent out a letter last August asking for donations from my friends and family. I got very generous donations of money and also equipment donated by my grandma. Thank you very much. And also what a business needs is concept development. You must understand what your mission statement is in your business. Also, to become a business owner, you need to research what your topic is. I said, well, I have jammed since kindergarten, because I've been a Waldorf student since then, and I've also jammed with my mother. But I need to understand a little bit more of the chemistry and physics behind it. So I went to the library and got books on the subject. From food fermentation to preserving, bottling, and jamming. I took classes and seminars on the topic. I went to the Slow Foods Festival in San Francisco. I went to Covelo, California for the food fermentation workshop. And I went to Sebastopol hardware store for a canning workshop over the summer. The last step to becoming an expert jammer is you need practice. So I decided to embark on this, and I realized early on in the stages I needed lots of help. And I want to just say right now, thank you to all those people who have helped with the process. It was a true community effort. How to make jam. Sanitation process is key to having a clean product. You must sanitize all your equipment with hot boiling water, sterilize your jars, your tongs, your lids and ring bands. And how you do this, you just put everything in boiling water and boil it on the stove. And then you must have your canning bath. This is simply a pot filled with boiling water. Get this started early. Otherwise, you have to wait an hour to get it ready. Then you prepare your fruits, and you have, maybe you need to skin them, maybe you need to core them, and then you cut them up and add them with other ingredients into a separate pot. And you cook it down. This is the chemistry of jamming. It's a certain texture that comes from it based on the acids and bases of the fruit itself. It extends your shelf life or decreases it if you don't have the balance.